Hey guys, what's going on? Today I wanted to make a video that's mainly addressing a little bit on Zane from Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu. Just some making this from recent thoughts that I've been having about the character and about who he is in general and stuff, and also a little going back to Ninjago Season 3 rebooted, all that stuff. I'll look at that later. But it starts, not Toon. Where's Mr. Tommy? There's Tommy. I just wanted to show you guys a few things that he lately that he's been saying and things like this. Tomorrow that there might be a trailer for Sons of Garmadon. Pretty cool. I hope, I really do hope that that does happen. Let's just go over this. Okay. So, for the basic round, I'm going to be doing a little series where we're going to be talking about all 6 ninja rising up to what we know about them, their history, some of their story arcs that they've had in the previous Ninjago seasons. And then we're going to do the same thing with some of the old villains. We're kind of getting a look about of what the history of Ninjago that I'm just going to be talking about, trying to rise up to Ninjago Season 8, Sons of Garmadon. So, today we're going to start with Zane, and then we're going to move all the way through. We're going to start next with Jay, then Kai, then Nia, then Lloyd, then Cole, and then we're going to get into other characters like Garmadon, Sensei Wu, what we know so far about the first Spinjitzu Master, even some of the timeline aspects. We're really going to just be addressing everything. And yeah, so let's get into it. So, starting with Zane, there's always been this mystery of what powers him, and in the show they really haven't they've never addressed what exactly is powering him, and so far people have theorized, we've all thought about what could be powering Zane in the whole of Ninjago from what we've heard, and so far no one knows. No one can seem to find out, and it is a little weird that they haven't addressed that. I think they said something about in Season 8 we'll learn a little more about Zane and his past, in this case just his history, his self. But that's a big if, seeing as this is Sons of Garmadon. I don't know how we learn more about Zane, but we'll find out. But here's the thing that I've been kind of noticing. Going back to Rebooted, do you remember when Zane was reviving Pixel, and that you look at his power source, it was 6 crystals, I think it was. One huge circular power source. If I can find it, I'll show you. Let me see. Ninjago Zane Revive. No, well, kind of. It's kind of like this stuff. I'm just gonna type in whatever I can type to find it. If it's even here. If I can't find it, then I guess it doesn't matter. Pixel's death. That was her death. That's right there. That was her death, but let's find the thing. Don't mind what's in the background, as I've addressed it in the past. I'm an idiot brother and idiot cousin who love to screw around when I'm in the middle of recording and talking. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now that was a theory that that there's been recently made, that there's a possibility that because of that golden samurai we saw, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you go on YouTube, you'll find some stuff about it. But well, I can't find obviously the whole thing, but you did see it up here. It was no, it's down right here. So it was in this thing. You see that right there? That's Zane's heart, and we know this. And it seems to be there's like two or like there's like somewhere around, you know, a few pieces and stuff. I thought it was like maybe 2 or 3 pieces, half of this heart that it gave to Pixel. But as you can see, Zane has half of his heart. And I don't know if this really transpires over, probably into this too, because if you look at Zane right here, I mean, even though he's titanium, he probably requires the same power source to keep him living without having to charge himself up. I'm gonna pick that up in a minute. That's how we'll end the video. You'll just watch it. I don't know if you'll hear it, but you'll watch. You'll see it. But Zane's power source has always been this kind of mystery to everyone, and now I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think it could be, and this is part of the addressing Zane's past and all that. But here we go. So I think that Zane's power source, being that it is renewable, I don't think, and it's a mystery, but it doesn't need to be charged up, and it forever keeps Zane and then Pixel alive. Even though she's not technically in a robot state anymore, she's in Zane's head. Or now that we've recently figured out about Pixel, I'll address that at the end of the video, because this is more of a Pixel and Zane video. I'm talking about both their characters because they are connected in major amount of ways. Zane's power source has to be some sort of crystal, or if anything, it has to be some sort of energy that his father found. It's a mystery substance, and it was used to make Zane alive. Now, here's another thing that I've been noticing. There's been this thing where people wonder, if Zane dies, because he's a robot, is he going to have a soul after... Or, I mean, is he going to go to the departed realm, stuff like that. In real life, if you make a robot, I don't think, in any spiritual sense, that robot's soul, or that robot in general, would live after death, outside of the physical realm. But in the Ninjago realm, as we can tell from the Day of the Departed special, if General Cryptor could come back from the departed realm, and he was an android. Don't get me wrong, he was programmed. He was an android. If he could come back from the departed realm, then the same thing must obviously apply to Zane and Pixel. So if Zane would have never come back as a titanium droid, most likely he would have been in the departed realm. And if he never came back, we probably, during the Day of the Departed special, would have had an homage to that. If the whole Chen thing was a little different and Zane wasn't involved, Pixel wasn't involved, obviously you'd see an homage to Pixel saying hi to Zane or something like that, or her sending a lantern up for him. Even the ninja would probably do something like that. But that's not the case. Zane's character has always been this weird thing, because we know he's the Master of Ice, we know who his father is, we know his father survived. We also know that Zane, in this new season, he can transform from an android to his human self, kind of like in the past, like this. Obviously, it's different looking because of the movie designs, but it's the same thing. That's a cloaking mechanism, because people in the past, people now, just look at one of the Lego sets for Season 8. The Sons of Garmadon are not going to know that was Zane. Obviously, you can tell by the Sons of Garmadon headquarters Lego set that Zane's undercover. And in the season, this might be an arc for one of the episodes. Zane goes undercover to find out as much as about the Oni masks, about mystery, and obviously the other two generals. And this could also kind of connect into what Lloyd's doing there in the set too. The sets usually always address a certain part in the series. Not actually, let me change that. Don't quote me on this. They don't always, say it. But if you look at sets like for Avengers Infinity War that just got leaked, I don't know if you could look at them now because they're leaked things. They're hard to find sometimes. But as you heard from the set names and all that, that could be true. they kind of spoil moments for Infinity War. I'm not going to talk mostly about that because I don't want backlash. But it's the same principle. And then things like, for some of the Lego Ninjago sets, however, yes, they do kind of spoil parts in here. Obviously, the Temple of Resurrection spoils the return of Garmadon, even though we all saw that coming. And it also kind of spoils the fact that in the animations, we saw Cole fighting Princess Harumi. But that's for another theory video I'll do after this. But I rest my case. Zane is powered by a substance, and obviously this is probably going to be connected to something bigger in the series. We could see it in season 8. We might not even see it till season 9 or 10, or we never might see it. That's just fact, and that's just my theory for Zane and his power source. But getting on to Zane as a character, I like Zane. He's not my favorite character. But I can say, like many people that I've heard when they talk about his death in Season 3, spoilers for anybody in my channel who has not seen Ninjago, but is watching the video, which is very weird, if you know. But I cried when I saw Zane die, just because I'm a Ninjago fan. You could tell by where this channel came from. At first was built on Transformers. Then it was mixing into a little bit of Ninjago, and then for a while, when gaming started popping up, it was mixture all over the place. Middle-earth, Star Wars, Lego video games, you name it. It was all over the place. And did I get many views? Did I get many subscribers? Somewhere in the middle. But now, as we get into Season 8, I've been moving towards more of Ninjago, which is why this series is happening, which is why lately I've been talking about theories. You can tell when I go over here, when I go to my channel, I'll just click this. That's more easier. I'm using an updated YouTube. When I go over here, compare these two videos. This Ninjago theory, this one when I started talking about theories, when I moved away from this, that wasn't getting much. Look at these views. 41 views, and then 3 days ago, 146. Still going. Obviously, people are more intrigued by my Ninjago discussion videos and things like this. I was talking about if Garmadon would kill Lloyd in Season 8, the possibilities, why he wouldn't, stuff like that. You can watch the video. I'm not going to talk more. I'm not going to talk mostly about it here, but you can watch the video. You'll find out. But for things like Zane and his death, I never got there because my channel wasn't... I don't even think I really used my channel much that year. So I wouldn't talk about things like that. And you can see I'm not the only dude who talks about Ninjago. This series is a little weird because people already have seen other YouTubers do these same things. Examples of YouTubers who've done those same things are the Ryan and David Show, or R&D as they are now, and Tanner Fishies, who's gotten really popular off doing Ninjago videos. Look at him compared to me. I obviously need some work, but that's just truth. Zane is a good dude. I know he's not my favorite, but I still love him. Brent Miller, the voice of Zane, is a YouTuber. It's not big, but is anyone in the Ninjago fandom big on YouTube? Tanner Fishies is probably one of the biggest ones there. I don't know if there's anyone bigger. I haven't seen. I don't look personally for that type of stuff, those type of analytics, but not everybody's big on Ninjago. I see more people talking about Donald Trump and Star Wars and loot boxes for Battlefront 2 than I've ever seen people talking about Ninjago. Even the movie, Backlash, all that problems that happened in September and before, it was more focused on other things. I can't wait to see Zane this season, and I'm really hoping that they don't do anything Jurassic, I mean. But here's the thing. And this is where this video is getting a little off topic, but don't kill me on it. Why the heck is everybody changing their appearances? Why the heck is there now royalty and monarchy in the Ninjago in general now? There's a lot of things that they've changed over the last few years. Is they brought it back because season 2 was supposed to be the last season. Then they brought it back because it was so popular and they made a lot of money off it, stuff like that. But now everybody is getting pissed because they don't know if Ninjago's getting good anymore because it's changing. Excuse me. I don't think that they're changing it personally because we're growing up and stuff, as they have said. I think they're more changing the series because that's what's in the story. Tanner Fishies has been talking about this lately. I think he might have put a video up today. I think it was him talking about this. Ninjago's changing, and there's a big reason behind it, and that's what the next video is going to be like. I'm not going to go too much into all the ninjas' histories and stuff, like personally, like, oh yeah, when they were 5, this happened. Unless it's like, unless we're talking about Kai and Nia from when their parents got abducted, that's a different thing when they were little. But I'm talking about things personal and important parts that I love and stuff about the character and what I hope to see of them in the future. This video was not only a theory video, but it was also kind of a discussion video on Zane and a few things otherwise. If you enjoyed the video, and please excuse me for all the weirdness when I'm talking on record for YouTube, I always kind of buffer with my voice, and that's just me. Don't get angry if I get off topic, because I do that a lot. I don't have ADHD, but I still do that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you would enjoy the video, then please stay tuned for the next video where we will be talking about why Season 8 might be different, is different from all the other seasons, and we'll also be discussing some of the differences and the new things that have happened in this season, even from what we've seen from the 11 minutes that has came out. The only 11 minutes, and probably even tomorrow because of the trailer that supposedly might come out, compared to what we've seen in the past. If the trailer comes out tomorrow, it gives me a little more a little more information to base off of what we saw and what we heard. And it helps because it makes the video longer. And longer, doesn't mean analytics. I don't do that stuff. I don't get anything off it. I only get like 5 cents. But it allows me to talk more. Thank you guys for watching. I almost said may the force be with you. I swear I need to come up with something better to say in the end of the video. But peace out, guys. Help me, please.